Hey, just relax. Just relax.
You make it so cute.
You don't grab my hair.
Hey.
This is your first pregnancy?
Yes.
How many weeks are you, my dear?
36. Check his pulse.
And then I looked up and
I don't feel anything.
Mace to 23, you're responding for an MVC involving 4 patients. Reports of someone laying on the road.
Age unknown, gender unknown, consciousness unknown, breathing status unknown. Multiple patients involved for
23, we've just got an update. 3 confirmed patients, 1 that is pinned.
One that is pinned? 10-4.
When I hear somebody is pinned, I'm thinking, are they pinned up against a tree, in between another car, in their own vehicle?
Let's go check out this guy.
It makes the entire situation a lot more complicated.
I'm just gonna take a look first at him. We roll up on scene to see this tiny car crumpled up next to this massive piece of road construction equipment. It had to be at least 10 tons.
Driver's pinned.
Okay.
Pelvis is hurting.
Okay.
Joanna here, everything hurts.
Okay.
Her legs hurt.
Okay.
I don't think she's wearing her seatbelt. I think she held the front seat.
Okay.
And then
her.
we got a guy laying down on the side here too.
I walk around the car to find our male patient laying on the ground, and I'm worried about how he got there. How did you get out of the car?
Just pushed the door open, got out.
Okay, is anything hurting right now?
My stomach.
Can I sneak in here? Yeah. What's your name, ma'am?
What's your name? Jamie. How fast were you going when you hit this? 50 or 40?
I'm assessing the driver, and her seat has been pushed so far forward that she's actually lying over top of the steering wheel.
You weren't going that fast. Okay.
Okay, you got some abrasions on your hip bones here. He's complaining of abdominal pain. Does your hips hurt? I can't see what's going on internally, but he could very well be bleeding from a vital organ.
I'm just gonna feel up your neck, okay? Any pain here? No. Any pain down here?
Yeah, it's getting my toes really bad.
Let's see if we can get you out of here and over to the ambulance.
When a vehicle is traveling at 60 or 70 kilometers an hour, everything in the vehicle is traveling at 60 or 70 kilometers an hour.
We need to get this jacket off you.
Everything comes to a full and complete stop, including stuff that's in your body.
Okay, we're good.
On your call.
So when your skull comes to a stop, your brain actually hits off the front of your skull and then back off the back of your skull. We call that a coup contra coup. It can be very dangerous.
So she was the driver. They were going about 50 kilometers an hour.
I'm just glad that the people were wearing their seatbelts and didn't get thrown from the vehicle.
Okay.
If you're not wearing your seatbelt, you turn into a flying object inside that car,
We're going to St. Paul's.
and you can hurt other passengers as well as yourself.
Our male patient ended up acquiring a tear to his mesenteric artery, which caused blood loss to his small intestine, and he required emergency surgery. After his surgery, he made a full recovery.
Any pain down here?
Yeah, it's getting my toes really bad.
The driver ended up having a broken pelvis, and it required surgery.
She spent over 3 weeks in the hospital, and months later is still recovering.
Mace to 36, you're responding for a 19-year-old male who was assaulted with bear mace. City police are en route.
Bear spray calls are the worst for the patient.
Yeah.
Excruciatingly painful.
Bear mace is typically extremely uncomfortable. It's very painful. It's an irritant. It temporarily blinds you. Bear mace will drop grown men. It will make grown men cry. My name's Callie. I'm one of the paramedics. What is hurting you right now? Your eyes, I take it? Okay. Did you get beat up or assaulted?
Yeah, they kicked me.
They kicked you? Whereabouts did they kick you?
My head, my ribs.
Okay.
And did you witness it?
Yeah, I witnessed the very end of it. Like, I was just turning around, he was on the ground, and they were kicking him and stuff like that.
I have some wipes here. They're called Sudafed. They're designed for pepper spray.
Now, while I was turning around the parking lot across the street, and I happened to see 2 gentlemen and a female kind of attacking this guy who was already on the ground. So I honked my horn and kind of yelled. Okay, they scattered off down the streets.
His lungs were nice and clear. I'm gonna put that on your face. I'll let you rub that one if you want.
My first concern then was making sure to get on 911, getting paramedics here. And so we're just trying to keep them calm, let them know the paramedics are coming.
Where were you coming from?
Work.
You just finished work?
Yeah, I'm a cook.
So I give this patient a Sudafed wipe to try and temporarily relieve some of the pain and remove the bear mace from his eyes. The best remedy for this stuff is water, and dish soap. It's extremely hard to remove from your skin. It's an oil-based substance, so you need something like a dish soap that cuts through grease to remove it.
Are you wanting to get an x-ray on those ribs? No.
Is there someone we could call for you?
This poor gentleman, he's just finished his shift at work and he's walking home. And he's jumped just out of nowhere. 3 assailants, it sounds like, so he's had a tough night.
Hi guys, are you Landon's mom? My name's Corey, I'm one of the paramedics in the city. He's doing really good right now. Okay. He got sprayed, he didn't get like stabbed or nothing like that. He just needs to go home, stand in the shower and let the lukewarm water. Yeah, yes, he's doing really good. All his vital signs are normal, so deep breath, that's a scary thing to wake up to.
Hi Mom. Don't touch him. I don't want to touch him.
Give him a hug after.
This patient handled being bear maced very well. Typically, people are rolling on the ground, crying, in a lot of pain, but he was a real champ about it. It's pretty unfortunate that those things happen to people. After rinsing his face all night, it took a couple of days for his vision to return to normal.
We're responding for a 40-year-old male patient. He's taken a fall down approximately 4 stairs. They've reported serious bleeding. Patient is unconscious, breathing confirmed.
Okay, help me see eye here.
So anytime somebody strikes their head, the potential is there for a devastating injury. So it's important for us to get there quickly and determine through assessment whether or not this is something minor or if it's something more serious.
It's with 3/4 inch lack. Shivering, is quite cold.
We have to make sure this patient doesn't move his head or neck because he can make any injury he's already sustained worse.
Can I get you to talk to me for a second?
I'm walking back to the truck thinking, what do we need right now? I need a collar and I need a board to maintain C-spine alignment.
Open your eyes. Okay, did you see the fall happen?
I opened the door.
And then you called the ambulance right away, hey? Stay. Don't move, okay?
We can't move this patient until we do a primary assessment on him, have a collar on him, and have him on a backboard.
What hurts the most? Does your neck hurt at all?
No.
Right here?
If he moves, he could potentially injure himself more. Worst case scenario, end up being paralyzed.
But I need you to stay still for me. Yeah, stay still. Just check his back out. I've just been holding C-spine. I haven't got to actually do a full assessment here.
Tell me if it hurts where I'm touching your vertebrae. Up here?
If you want to roll him, and then I'll hold C-spine and we'll get him on his back, and then...
At this point, we want to maintain proper C-spine control.
We're just going to roll you onto the hard board, okay?
So that we don't make an injury worse than it already is.
Okay.
So, Holly's count.
Okay, on my count. Are you ready? We're going to roll you over. No, just let them do it, okay? You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh. I'm gonna put a collar around your neck here to protect your neck.
Oh my God, I'm dying, man. I'm gonna die right now, man.
No, we're not gonna let you die.
I'm gonna die, man.
No. We're gonna look after you.
Just relax.
I'm gonna die, man. Oh, man, don't hit me, man.
Good. And then we gotta go down because his head. No.
Don't
Stay
hurt
still.
me.
You just have one job, okay? And all that is just keep your head still.
The next part of this is we're gonna lift you off the ground, okay? But you can't move your arms or your legs.
Imagine waking up after falling downstairs and the first thing you see is a bunch of cops and paramedics.
1, 2, 3. Good.
And everybody staring down at you. He's lucky that he had friends there that were able to call somebody and help him out, or else it could have ended a lot worse for him.
To 36, you're responding Delta for a 57-year-old male. He's having some chest pain, difficulty breathing. He does have a COPD history.
A cardiac with a little bit of respiratory, or respiratory with a little bit of cardiac?
Yeah, no kidding. Anytime we get called for a patient with chest pain or shortness of breath, we want to get there in a hurry.
He's short of breath, he's got chest pain. I'm thinking he's gonna be sick. You know, time is of the essence.
Hey, this is Darren. He's 57. He's got 8 out of 10 chest pain.
It's okay.
Easy at 8 liters a minute.
The firefighters have put the patient on oxygen until we could get there to give him medication. Point to me where your chest pain is on your chest. On the left side there. You're short of breath as well? Okay. I'm gonna take a listen to your lungs again and just see. Take some breaths for me while I listen.
He's 88.
In a normal patient, we want to see oxygen saturations of 95 to 100%. This patient was 88% on oxygen. He's not moving a lot of air. He's silent in the bases. I don't hear a lot of movement, and then he's got an expiratory wheeze on the upper, I heard. We're gonna give you a nebulizer, okay? We're just getting it set up. We need to give this patient a nebulizer, a Ventolin and Atrovent to open up his airway. Do you have any other medical conditions other than the COPD?
Lost a lot of weight in the last.
How come?
I don't know.
Have you been throwing up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Usually no. I need more
Okay, it's coming. It's going into you right now.
Focus on your breathing for it.
I couldn't imagine feeling the way this patient feels. You're starving for oxygen, but you can't get any.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna stand you up and we're gonna put a seat underneath your bum.
You know, this guy actually can't catch his breath. So the anxiety comes with it because he's like, you panic and you...
Maybe more of a COPD exacerbation than a chest pain, but...
Picture if you were drowning. You know, like the first thing you do is like, you panic and you try to get to the surface, and then you end up using more oxygen.
I can't breathe though.
There's a sense of fear within him. It's compounding our situation.
I don't want that one.
We have another mask coming here for you.
Listen to me, okay? We're gonna try this mask. He's not responding to the nebulizer, so we need to try something else. It's a big mask that goes on your face.
CPAP provides continuous positive pressure within the airways, which helps keep the lungs open and alleviates shortness of breath.
We're gonna put this mask on your face, and it's got a very high level of oxygen, and it pushes it in your lungs, okay? Big breaths.
Yeah.
Patients are usually quite fearful of the CPAP mask. You're already short of breath, plus the feeling of claustrophobia. You don't want that big mask on your face. Does it feel better? Yeah?
I guess you can't breathe. That's a reason to be anxious.
We're definitely seeing an improvement in our patient. Our treatment is helping him. His anxiety is decreasing.
So let's see. We got.
How is your chest pain now? That you've relaxed a little. So our sats are 99. His work of breathing is decreasing and becoming much easier. That mask is really helping, hey? Yeah, good. I'm glad we tried it.
When you see this patient take a sigh of relief, you can take a sigh of relief. You know, you finally found a treatment plan that has helped this patient.
You're looking for a female patient, white top, black pants, and no unconscious and breathing status at this time.
Right here, right?
Yeah, so we want the alley behind.
This guy, he's on another level too.
At this point, details are vague, and we don't know exactly where this patient is.
Are you guys looking for the girl?
Yeah, is she over here?
Yeah.
Hi. When we find this patient, she's between two parked vehicles, which seems like a very dangerous place. Hello? The way the patient was situated, if a truck would have reversed, it probably wouldn't have seen her. We're gonna sit you up. What's your name? She definitely had the potential to get run over or injured from that vehicle. What's your name? It's okay. We're gonna help you, or the ambulance. Just watch your head, you're gonna hit that mirror.
At this point, we don't know if this patient's passed out. We don't know if this patient's been left here.
Do you want to take a walk to the truck here?
Regardless of why she's there, it's definitely not a safe place for her to be sleeping.
Are you hurt?
No.
You just drank too much? It's quite clear that this patient is intoxicated, but we still need to assess her and make sure that there's nothing medically wrong with her otherwise. All right. And you were did you throw up?
Not since I went for a run. Last time I went for a run was, obviously December.
We don't want to see this girl end up in the drunk tank or the hospital, so now we need to find her a safe way home. Hopefully we can find her friends to come give her a ride home. Hi, this is Callie with MD Ambulance calling.
You know, we've all been young. We've all probably made decisions that we have regretted.
Would you be able to come get her? Luckily for her, this was a happy ending. She didn't end up getting assaulted or run over by a car. A lot of bad things could have happened.
We've been searching for about half an hour.
You guys got her? We got her, yeah, we got her.
Fortunately, things turned out well.
I remember when I was 19.
I literally had this premonition that tonight it was going to be busy with like a lot of serious because it is so nice out.
Your spidey senses are tingling?
I don't know.
Base to 28. You're responding Delta for a 74-year-old male. He is unconscious, not breathing effectively. CPR has been started.
Agonal respirations, they're 99 obviously, so CPR is in progress.
We hear the patient's not conscious or breathing. 99 is the code for cardiac arrest.
If we're already in agonal respirations, the chances of him being in a PEA are way higher.
PEA is pulseless electrical activity. It's when the heart has stopped, but the brain is still functioning.
So we'd just be doing epi and CPR, assuming it's the house that's lit up.
We arrive on scene. There's several medics and fire already working the patients.
Yeah, we got intel.
51. What do you want us to do? We'll help you in any way.
You want to get like a really detailed history for me? That'd
Sure.
be awesome.
Okay. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
We need to know if he's had previous cardiac events or if he has a DNR. So I just was wondering if I could get a little bit of history of how you found.
Your epi's in.
We're giving him adrenaline right now, which is our only treatment to get some electrical activity going within the heart.
We have a change in rhythm. Change in rhythm. Pulse. Check his pulse.
And then I looked up and
I don't feel anything.
Okay, let's just sit him up, guys. Just sit him up.
wasn't very long before call.
So was he complaining of any pain at all?
Beforehand?
No.
I got it.
We did CPR for such a long time, and he's such a big man, which makes our CPR not the most effective.
So Jesse, I put 2 epi in.
Lucas comes in when all of the rescuers are exhausted. Lucas is a chest compression system that takes the human error out of CPR.
What on that side? So as soon as you saw him like that, that's when you called 911 right away?
We are fighting an uphill battle against what is most likely a severely diseased heart.
Check his pulse. I don't feel anything.
I have a bounding pulse.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Finally, his heart is beating again, and Jesse finds a strong pulse in the neck.
So awesome.
Okay, let's get this scoop, guys.
Heart rate of 148.
I don't have it either.
72, red one.
Are we not feeling a pulse?
No, he's assisted again.
1967, we're 99 again. We lost it.
Okay, so we're moving.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, watch. Wait.
Do you have any vitals at all?
Was a witness arrest.
Everyone has put so much effort into this call. We're hoping for the best case scenario, but realistically, it's not looking very good.
1, 2, 3.
We continued CPR all the way to the hospital.
Coming out, grab the side.
At the hospital, they resumed efforts, but were unable to get a pulse back.
Responding just outside of the restaurant for an unknown age female taking an overdose on an unknown substance.
Speaking of overdose.
Yeah, hey, you called it.
An overdose on an unknown substance is a really broad term, so we have no idea what we're walking into.
Holy crap, there's a lot of people outside.
All right. We arrived on scene, the patient's on the ground. The situation has drawn a big crowd.
She's my best friend.
Okay. Do you know what she took?
Nothing. She's just been drinking.
Okay.
She gets like this when she's drinking. She's on blood thinners, and she's bleeding a lot right now.
Like from her nose?
From her nose. She fell down and hit her head. This is where she landed.
Okay. We'll get her into the ambulance, okay?
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
She's got a lot of problems. Like she's got like lung issues.
Has she ever had a blood clot in her lung?
Yes.
So she fell outside, 2 in her head, so 2 LOCs.
Yeah.
There's 3 places where blood clots can be dangerous.
Well, we had quite a bit to drink, hey?
In your heart, that's a heart attack. In your brain, that's a stroke. In your lungs, that's a pulmonary embolism. So she's on blood thinners because she's had a couple blood clots in her lungs.
So pulmonary embolisms you've had?
And then we're gonna put a little IV in there.
I don't like
Well, we gotta give you one, sweetie, okay? Hey, just relax. Just relax.
The patient is anxious when she hears that we're going to be starting an IV. She's flailing her arms. She's getting a little more aggressive.
You need one because, hey, listen to me. Listen to me, honey. Hey, look at me. When you go to the hospital, you gotta get a CT of your brain.
Mixing alcohol and blood thinners dramatically increases your risk of a brain bleed, which is a very serious situation.
You make it so clear.
You don't grab my hair.
Hey. Before I know it, she has a huge handful of my hair that she's pulling aggressively.
No.
Let go.
No.
Paramedics aren't trained in use of force. Police are. They know how to safely restrain a patient.
Hey, listen to me. Listen to me, honey. Hey, look at me.
I feel really bad for the patient and how her night is playing out.
Well, we gotta give you one, sweetie, okay?
It seems this patient has quite the past medical history, and she's obviously had a really rough night. But we're still going to take really good care of her and take her to the hospital.
You'll be okay.
I can't even see out of my glasses. They're so dirty.
Very dirty paw prints all over them, hey?
The 20-year-old female patient, she was found hanging. She has been cut down.
Oh, God, this sucks.
Don't think about it until you get there.
No. Honestly, this is just how my cousin killed herself, like, not even long ago, so.
Are you gonna be okay?
It just sucks.
Do you need someone else to come?
No, it's okay.
As soon as I see Josh's emotion, and as soon as he tells me his experience, I'm concerned that this call could potentially haunt him.
Do you want them to send another unit? Josh, it's okay.
I've had losses in my own life, and I can relate to how Josh is feeling.
1967, I'm gonna need another unit here. My partner is out for this one. It's okay, buddy. It's okay, it's okay.
Right away, some thoughts and some feelings kind of started rushing to me, and as soon as I started getting closer to the scene, I just couldn't really control my emotions.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Rob will be there. It's okay. I can handle this until we get Rob here. Fire's here, they can help me as much as they can. Just don't come in. Don't mess yourself up. Okay? Just stay in here. It's okay. I'll be fine. I promise. If I need you, I'll call you, okay? Just stay.
This was an unusual call for me in the sense that it was just so close to the events that happened.
No. Just stay. It's okay.
I'm not concerned about him not being able to perform his job. I'm more concerned he's gonna try and come in and he's gonna try and help me and he's gonna wanna help the patient. But in the end, it's not gonna help him.
Are you awake, honey? What's your name?
It's hard to try to keep everything in all the time. You know, you do your best to try to desensitize yourself, keep everything inside without showing that emotion. There's no real way to prep yourself for somebody who's trying to take their own life. I find some things just have a certain trigger.
Did you lose consciousness when this happened?
I couldn't unconnect myself to what was going on in my life, and that's never happened to me before. When I see her walking out of the house on her own, I am happy that, you know, the outcome wasn't how I anticipated it to be. In May, my cousin who's 17, she hung herself kind of in a similar fashion, and I never had anything like that ever happen in our family, and it was kind of one of those things I just was not expecting.
Those are definitely tough calls. I think everybody's been touched by something like that. So when you have something that hits you with the same age demographic, it's really hard to deal with.
I thought it was gonna be okay. Josh is young, and Josh is having to learn to deal with kind of the pitfalls and perils of the job. And this one hit him a little bit close to home. Josh and I have a pretty close connection over what it was, because his cousin that took her own life, I was the one that had to work that cardiac arrest and call her.
It hit too close to home.
Need some time to pull yourself back together?
No, it should be okay. Thank you. Oh, just telling Kim, like, that's never happened to me ever.
Never lose that human touch, but at the same time, that's why you're going to be good at what you do, because you care. If you didn't care,
yeah,
it wouldn't hit you.
I've been there.
Oh, God. Let's get out of here.
1967 at base, we are clear, and I'm assuming 16 back to 52.
I thought it was gonna be okay.
A couple months ago, my cousin committed suicide by hanging. She was only 17. I have never dealt with anything traumatic like this in my family or anything like that in the past. You know, they're always around, so you take a lot of your family for granted, but you never really know until that person's gone how much it's gonna affect you. It's overwhelming.
Kind of vague details here, hey?
Yeah, not alert. Maybe she's intox.
She's diabetic.
Yeah, diabetic. That's not a lot of information. She could be intoxicated. Is she injured? Maybe it's a medical problem.
Oh, look at this guy's waving at us right here. Oh,
she's outside.
Arrived, so.
We pull up on scene and see a female curled up in the entrance of a building.
What's going on today? How come we're laying in the entryway here? It's a nice radio. Are you sick?
Yeah.
Any drugs or alcohol this evening? Have you done both or one or the other?
Yeah.
Yeah? How much have you been drinking? And what about drugs? What have you been taking? Ecstasy?
Yeah. How long ago did you take it? Like an hour ago. Can you take me to
Yeah.
Absolutely, we can. Yeah.
I just want to check your eyes first, okay? So look right at my nose. I'm going to shine a light in them just like this, okay? And on this side, good.
You have a place to stay, right?
No, I don't. Do you know her?
Yes.
In the middle of my assessment, there's just an unknown male who shows up beside me. How do you know her?
I don't know, but she knows.
It's becoming obvious to me, this man does not know our patient. Where do you live right now?
Nowhere.
Oh, so you're homeless?
Yeah.
I live right here. She can lay down. She'll be fine.
Why don't we take you in the ambulance and check you out a little bit closer before we decide to leave you on the street? Even though there's nothing medically concerning at this time, it's important that we don't leave this woman in a state that she's not safe in. Why don't you sit up and we'll...
Do you
check
know
out.
her, sir?
Pass me your hand.
When it comes to the homeless people, everybody knows everybody. She's a very familiar face in that respect, right?
What else have you done tonight except for ecstasy?
Anytime that, you're walking down the streets and you see somebody curled up in a doorway, I think it's almost your responsibility as a citizen to make sure that individual is okay. And if they're not, obviously to alert 911 and get them some help.
Oh, we'll just take you in the ambulance. We'll just check you out in the ambulance. Who are you? You're nobody to her.
Who are you to her, sir?
The only goddamn person in this whole crowd that gives it. I know her. She's a familiar face. Is anybody gonna take responsibility for her well-being after they make sure she's okay at the hospital? Who's gonna? Are you? Yeah, I'm sure we'll both survive it. No thanks to any goddamn help from you. Oh, we'll just take you in the ambulance. We'll just check you out in the ambulance.
The man who wanted us to turn our patient over to him actually showed up to the hospital, tried to gain access to the patient's room, but was denied by hospital staff.
Houston 1936, you're responding Bravo. Truck versus tree. City police are en route. All other information unknown.
Simple. So just one patient in there?
Just says truck versus tree, single vehicle.
The report is that nobody's exited the vehicle, so good chance that somebody's unconscious inside the truck.
Jesus, we're gonna hit a tree. At this point, we're unsure of why this gentleman crashed into the tree. He could have underlying medical conditions such as diabetes, or he could just be intoxicated.
Right here. He definitely hit a tree.
They're like fighting with him.
Yeah. When we approach the vehicle, we see 2 police officers in the cab of the truck with a semi-conscious male. What do you guys have here? Has he been talking to you?
No, we have.
No.
So Callie, there's no real impact here. It looks like he just kind of rolled up on it against the tree.
Can you talk? We're the paramedics. Tell me your name. Can you?
Hey.
Just relax. All of a sudden, the patient wakes up agitated. They almost kicked me. Of course, I don't like it when patients kick me, but a lot of times they don't really know what they're doing. 4.8 is his blood sugar.
So probably normal, eh?
So that's pretty normal. He smells of alcohol.
Drinking tonight?
He just kind of drifted into that tree.
Slowly, did we even hear him from anywhere? Just slowly, like, just drifted.
Police are having to hold him down inside the car. It doesn't seem like he's really cooperating or coherent enough, but can't get anywhere close to him because he keeps threatening violence.
Well, so we're thinking he's just intoxicated.
We're pretty sure this patient doesn't have any injuries.
Yeah, have a seat.
But we're still gonna take him to the back of the ambulance and do a head-to-toe. Can you tell me what happened tonight?
There you go, just like that. Hands in.
Keep him close.
Yeah, he was slouched over, like I was banging on the window and he was all slow.
Slouched over to the passenger side?
You don't feel any sign of trauma on him?
No, there's not a scratch.
There's no alcohol evidence in the truck, but you can kind of smell it just from him being in there.
I think this guy's very lucky. I think the community's very lucky. He's pretty intoxicated. So the fact that nobody got hurt, nobody's injured, and there's no real damage to any, properties, houses, other vehicles
Hang on that yellow bar.
is pretty miraculous in itself. So kind of a rough call with a happy ending.
Base to 1967, you're responding Delta to the racetrack on Highway 2. 25-year-old male. He has hit the barrier wall and is in and out of consciousness.
Okay, no more updates. That's all there is so far.
I wonder how fast he was going.
They're going pretty fast. Usually if they hit the wall, it's on a corner.
We arrive at the track. The parking lot's a maze, and we're trying to figure out the best way to get to the patient. Out of my way.
Head along the gate here. We've got the gate open. You're going to go around the pond as far as you can go and then into the pit.
It is difficult to get to our patient. It's a huge facility. There's lots of cars.
20-year-old male.
Yeah.
Who was driving, crashed into the wall about 115 kilometers an hour.
Okay.
Was knocked out for about 2 to 3 minutes. Gained consciousness, is still pretty confused. He keeps asking the same questions over and over again.
Where are we going?
We're going to the University Hospital.
Good job.
Kenny lost control on corner number 2. I was just coming to corner 3, he tried to correct, and he got tapped, and he completely spun around and hit the wall.
So we were told our patient was driving 100 miles an hour. He was knocked out for about 2 to 3 minutes, regained consciousness, but still very confused.
Is it okay? Can we just take this racing suit right off? I just want to keep it if it's expensive.
We don't want anybody cutting it. So.
Yeah.
And I want to check the back before.
At first, Kenny doesn't really seem bothered by any injuries.
All right, Kenny.
Yeah, I felt that already, yes.
And then just lay straight back, okay?
Make sure you load up that car.
They'll take care of your car, Kenny. You okay there, Kenny?
Kenny appears outwardly okay.
You're gonna feel the bed go up, okay?
But because he hit the wall at such a great speed, we have a high suspicion that there could be internal injuries.
Where are we going?
We're going to the University Hospital.
We're gonna have to watch them, those washboards.
Are there airbags in these cars?
There could be a lot of potential injuries. He could have bleeding in his brain. He could have a bruised heart or lungs. He could have bleeding in his spleen or his liver.
What's the last thing you remember?
Come on. That's sad. Honestly, I don't know.
You remember starting the race?
Oh yeah, I remember starting the race. I remember racing hard.
36.9. Okay. And then do you remember crashing?
Did I crash?
Okay, so that you don't remember, hey?
All right, ready to roll?
Yeah.
Where are we going?
We're
We're going to the University Hospital.
The patient keeps repeating his questions over and over. Where are we going? What happened?
Do you remember why we're going to the hospital?
I don't know, that's pretty bad.
You hit the wall, okay?
Did I?
Yeah, you were out for a little bit. That's okay. That's okay.
It's pretty obvious that he has a concussion at this point.
You're gonna be okay, Kenny, okay? We have a collar around your neck for precaution, okay?
A big accident like this can cause an adrenaline rush and an outpour of emotion.
Try not to move your head, okay? I know.
We're taking Kenny to the hospital. They're gonna give him a CAT scan, X-ray, ultrasound, and we hope that he's okay.
Oh, we got a problem in the back straightaway. This time it's Kenny Hines.
Regarding the call at the beginning of the night at the raceway,
Make sure you load up that car.
our patient was in hospital, unconscious for 24 hours. He had a significant concussion, fractured clavicle, and bruising on the left side. He was held in observation for a few days. Kenny hopes to be back on the raceway this spring.
Mace to 1967. The Bravo response for a 19-year-old female patient in labor, contraction, 3 minutes charge, lasting
Clear
1
right.
minute. This is her first delivery.
Do you think we're gonna deliver a baby?
First time baby, that could go on for a while.
Yeah, it could.
It's common for first-time labors to be very long.
I have delivered a couple babies and everything's gone really well.
But they can all of a sudden turn and not go well.
Yeah.
And it goes really wrong.
Yeah.
There's endless possibilities of things that could go wrong with the delivery. The baby could be breech, the mother could be bleeding, the baby could be not breathing. Our goal is to get her to the hospital as quickly as possible.
And we got the wave.
Sheila, I can take one of those things for you.
Yep. 1967 with patient. Hello, what's your name?
Taya.
Taya, I'm Sheila. This is your first pregnancy?
Yes.
How many weeks are you, my dear?
37.
37 weeks is a bit early, but it's still considered term. Has your water broken?
Her plug came out.
No.
My
Mucus plug came out?
Yes,
Okay.
2 hours ago.
Okay, your contractions are how far apart?
Around 2 to 4 minutes.
And lasting how long?
About a minute.
As labor progresses, the contractions will get longer, more forceful, and closer together.
Are you contracting right now?
I don't want you to push, I want you to breathe. Breathe good breaths. You can squeeze this hand if you want, okay? 98, 130. Okay, have you been feeling the baby moving today, earlier tonight?
Yes.
Yes, fantastic. You know she's a girl. Oh, yay!
Does she have a name yet?
Talia.
Oh, Taya and Talia, that's perfect.
Good job. Yeah.
It's always good to have family here for support. The grandma seems really excited.
37 weeks today. All right. And you are?
I am the dad.
Yay! You're coming with?
Yes, I am.
All right. Easy walking. Slow breaths. Breathe through it. If you get a contraction, we'll stop and breathe through it, okay?
Sometimes it's nice to do a happier call, and this young couple looks like they're very excited to have their first baby, and we're very excited to be there with them.
Okay, you're starting right now. So
On the call with the young pregnant lady,
breathe good breaths. You can squeeze this hand if you want.
she had a long labor. Baby was born the next day with no complications. Mom and baby are doing well.
Mace to 67. The Delta response for an 82-year-old female patient, syncopal episode with a fall.
A syncopal episode is a medical term for someone who has fainted. We're going for a fall, and we want to figure out what's the reason behind the fall.
Hello. Where are we headed?
Yeah, okay, yeah, thank you.
We walk in, I can see an elderly female laying on the ground. She is very sick. She's gray, she's diaphoretic, so she's soaked in sweat, and she's very scared.
Can you tell him your name?
She looks confused, she looks dazed.
So what happened?
She wasn't feeling very well at supper time.
Okay.
So she didn't finish her supper.
Okay.
And then going to the washroom, and she was in the washroom trying to throw up. She couldn't throw up, so she came back and at the door. She like a fainted, like she was holding the door rim. And
Do you remember what day it is today? What day is it today?
I don't know.
Do
Do you know what month we're in? What city do we live in?
Does he have a history of dementia? Yeah. Okay. So generally, Tom said she's quite confused. Okay.
The patient's dementia complicates things because although she's having pain, she can't articulate her symptoms or how long she's had them.
Can you do me a favor? Squeeze my hands. Okay, good.
How is she on a day-to-day basis, sir? Is she normally confused? Will she converse?
Is your breathing easy?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. Okay, are you dizzy?
No.
She had no sense of time, date.
Okay.
So your tummy's the worst?
Looks like an inferior STEMI.
The ECG shows the patient has a blockage in her heart. She's having a heart attack.
We're gonna lift you and carry you outside to our bed, okay?
Okay. We're gonna put this other one way up here.
I feel bad for our patient. She's confused and not understanding why she would need to go to the hospital.
Hello? Hi, my name is Alicia. I'm a paramedic.
Okay.
I'm here with your mom.
Right. Well, what's the matter? Like, what happened?
Okay, there.
She is possibly having a heart attack.
What?
1, 2, 3.
I need to ask you a couple questions.
Let's get you covered up. You must be very cold.
In the event that her heart does stop, does she want CPR done?
Yes.
If she stopped breathing, would she want to be intubated?
Just do whatever it takes.
Okay.
The patient's daughter has asked for a full code, which means we'll do everything we possibly can to revive the patient.
Okay, so we are a full code. Everything.
Okay.
3 AVF?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do another one quickly now.
Do you want anything?
No, we just need to go.
We want to leave the scene as quick as possible. Any other treatment can be done on the way.
How many times have you thrown up today?
None.
None. Okay, do you remember fainting?
No.
No.
She's having a lot of trouble processing what's going on.
You have to throw up.
The patient's nauseous, and that's a symptom of a heart attack.
Sheila, can we speed up, please?
We need to get this patient to the cath lab to see cardiology.
We gotta go hot.
We got her to the cath lab in time. They were able to restore circulation, and she's doing well now.
Base to 23. The responding Delta for a 30-year-old female reported to be covered in blood. She's wearing a white top and black pants. Unknown reason why she is covered in blood.
Just a regular Saturday night.
No kidding.
Could be 100 reasons why somebody is walking around Idlewild covered in blood.
Are they these
Yeah,
guys?
that's not them. No, I don't think so. No, that's not them. Keep going.
All that we have for dispatch information is a description of our patient and the fact that she's covered in blood.
Base to 23. Be advised of reports of a similar description in the area. May or may not be related to this call.
10-4, we're on 33rd and Idlewild. We don't see anybody yet.
This woman didn't call the ambulance herself, so it's quite likely that she didn't even want one. And because she's on the move, it's making it more difficult for us to find her.
They're probably looking for the exact same person. Let's talk to these guys quickly here.
It's confusing when you're processing multiple calls and trying to find a single patient amidst a chaotic scene.
So what were you guys down the block for?
It's all related.
Okay, that's what I thought.
3, 4 calls in right now.
Sure.
And they're all related to this call.
Okay.
No one has seen our patient at this location, so we need to keep looking for her.
Well, we're gonna canvass the block here and see if we can find this girl. I don't know, do you see anybody?
Oh, I'm not
I didn't see anybody when we were coming up here.
White top, black bottom?
I know, there's about 45 people wearing white tops and dark colored bottoms, but none of them were covered in blood, so.
We're now back at the first police car that we passed, and it's an indication as to how chaotic this situation is.
Imagine somebody else would have called it in if it...
See that there's a man that's being interviewed by the police who apparently had an interaction with our patient.
We don't know where she went. She's apparently had some abscess on her arm that he was trying to get her to the hospital because it burst from doing IV needles and stuff.
Okay. So she was bleeding from her arm, from that abscess.
An abscess is just a sore that happens when IV drug users have a miss and don't hit the vein when they're injecting drugs.
And somebody else punched you.
She came out of Long Branch because he thought I was like helping her out.
Okay. Did she go?
She went up that way, I believe, up north.
So now that we've learned a little bit more about what happened, it makes a little bit more sense. If she's been doing drugs, she may be so high that she doesn't even know that she's bleeding. She may be fearful that she's going to get in trouble, so she left the scene.
The thing with her is if she's got a fresh abscess that she probably just injected into, it's going to be a bigger problem later.
Well, if she was running into traffic already, then
Yeah.
somebody is bound to happen again.
Yeah,
Somebody
I
would
agree.
call her again.